Americans and soon-to-be Americans, fantastic news. A massive racist against white people has been fired. That's right. Do you remember MSNBC, mainstream media that likes to lie, like most mainstream media tends to do? Well, you might not, because they're irrelevant. So irrelevant, in fact, that they literally had to fire their most famous host, Joy Reid, known for hating white people. And honestly, I would like to say that Joy Reid fired on Black History Month is perfect, because she is black, and she is also history. So definitely lock in, baby. We're looking at this is the memorial. This is the funeral, the eulogy of Joy Reid, the eulogy of MSNBC. I am very excited to look at her downfalls throughout the years. Guys, this is gonna be great. This is what we call winning on the Nuxanor channel. The Nuxanor channel is a big fan of winning. So we got receipts, literally pulled up all the receipts of Joy Reid, turbo racist. All right, because yes, you could be racist against white people, it turns out, much to the shock of this now unemployed bitch. And I'm very excited to see what this is all about, because I like downfalls, and her downfall is one that we all needed.
In America, there's a thing about both white vigilantism and white tears, particularly male white tears.
Oh.
I genuinely do.
See, this is funny, because I, not a racist, appreciate all tears. All tears can be used and abused.
Not believe I wrote those hateful things, but I can definitely understand why some people don't believe me.
I got into Harvard only because of affirmative action.
Oh my God, she's a little, wait. Okay, this is the coming up segment. I'm not gonna spoil. I'm not gonna give commentary. This is the coming up segment.
Because unfortunately, we do have a fascist groundswell of black and brown men. The elements of fascism rooted in this nationalistic drive for more babies.
Having babies is fascism, according to her. Oh my fucking God, dude, this is... I love this. The end of DEI for America is here. Oh my God.
Missing white woman syndrome. Someone get up there and give a knuckle sandwich to Donald Trump. Trump.
That is literally inciting violence. What?
It's frankly MIA, or having a cheeseburger and a Coke while daddy was working. Presidency ages you when you do the job. Obama went gray because he was doing the work. Donald Trump looks the same as when he ran because he was playing golf, dude.
Oh my God. Trump is probably one of the most hardworking presidents I've ever seen. Nux is having a chaos orgasm. Listen, I love downfalls a lot. Subscribe if you also like downfalls. I especially like downfalls that we all saw coming, that we all predicted. I have literally been predicting the downfall of every mainstream media journalist piece of shit that propagandizes and pushes reverse racism, which is just racism. Literally, this is a glorious day for me. All right? Downfalls in the media? Bro, this is Jewish Christmas.
Don't know for sure whether Donald Trump was hit by a bullet.
There are many ways to cheat in an election, and I don't ever put it past Republicans to cheat in elections.
No one tell her about the votes in 2020. No one tell her.
And if you're voting affirmatively, gleefully for this, people may not feel so confident in
She's just upset that she's bald and retarded and needs to take it out on other people.
you anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's my armchair analysis. But anyway, that was just like the pregame stats. All right, get ready for the meat and potatoes.
Gentlemen, boys and girls,
I'm
cue
ready.
the world's smallest violin.
No! I can't believe she's fired!
Joy Reid.
This is the first and last downfall video, and we will never be talking about Joy Reid again. So, cherish this time that we have together. I love downfalls. 8 days of shitty downfalls. Oh, for sure. I love downfalls so much. Literally. I wake up in the morning, I see a nice downfall. Especially if it's from a bitch that's also bald by choice. Just makes me so happy. I can barely contain my joy.
Reid has been fired from
Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for humiliating this insufferable bitch on live television for me to enjoy.
MSDNC. These are her absolute worst takes that led to her show, The Readout, getting canceled. Here's
Wait,
Joy.
they canceled her whole show? Bro, she's not just an MSNBC anchor. She had like a whole ass show. And they canned it. Oh, Lord, thank you so much for propping her up just so you could push her down.
Joy Reid in classic form telling the lie that she and her party told for years about what's really motivating Trump supporters.
All right.
They're voting on race. They're voting on this idea of an invasion of brown people over the border.
Look at her. Look at her saying that as she so casually, what's the word called where you take things from other races? I totally forget because this is not a real thing that anyone actually cares about. What's the thing where you take things from other races? Like if you wear a Chinese dress, now you appropriate. Oh, thank you. You culturally appropriate. I keep forgetting that word because it's not a real thing. I never understood cultural appropriation. It's like one of the virtue signal things that doesn't make any sense. She is literally culturally literally appropriating blonde people right now, and I will not stand for it. All blonde people in my audience, could we come together and make fun of this lady? Oh my God.
The idea that they can't get whatever job they want, a black person got it, therefore drive all the blacks out of the colleges, get rid of.
No one wants to drive the blacks out of the colleges. Like, she wonders why she can't, and she literally just sits there and fearmongers all day. How dare you go on a show and say that Trump wants to drive blacks out of the colleges? Like, actual insane fearmongering. Like, it's wild. You're just in the media. You are just allowed to go on the news and lie. What? How is there, like, no fact checking at all? The racial grifter, that's what she is.
Of DEI, that is what they're voting on. They're just voting specifically on racial animus at this stage. It isn't about economics. No.
Yeah, tell that to the 40% of black people that voted for Donald Trump. Guys, can we get a retard check? A retard check? We don't call them fact checks on this channel. I want to make this clear. We do not have fact checks on the Nuxanor channel. We have retard checks. If it's retarded, we check it.
So according to Joy Reid, ending racial discrimination is racial discrimination. Okay, it only got worse from there. Remember when she told her audience that Trump was telling his supporters that these, quote, blacks are stealing the election, and that
Wait, what? Trump said that?
they need to do violence to black people because they're cannibals?
Wait, no! Dude, I am so glad I never heard of her. Oh, yes.
It is calculated, right? I mean, Donald Trump isn't just a doddering fool who happens to be racist. He's a calculated person who is not trying to grow his vote share. He's trying to speak into the id of a particular kind of voter about when he says we have to call out Detroit, Philly, and Atlanta. We have to go into Philly, Detroit, Atlanta. He lost Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Michigan in 2020, which is how he lost the election. It's why he's under indictment for attempting to steal those races. What he's
What is she talking about?
telling his voter, his small, his share of extreme MAGA voters, these blacks are stealing the election.
What the fuck? How do you possibly translate this shit? Boss is on retard patrol. Bro, I love my job so much. I am so lucky that I'm in this position to make fun of retards and get paid for it. God, thank you so much. Bro, wait, so let me get this straight. When Trump said we should get more voters in Pennsylvania, her translation is go beat up black people. What the fuck? She had a news show? Can't believe she's fired.
Black
This is female Hassan Piker.
Haitians
I mean, I didn't see her support terrorists yet. She just lies so far.
are violent cannibals. Black people.
What? Wait.
Blacks are stealing the election. Black Haitians are violent cannibals.
What the fuck? He never said that. What? She's just putting words in his mouth. Man, I can't believe that time that Trump said that black people are violent cannibals. Can't believe that. A lot of you don't remember the time where Joy Reid said that Jews should have their dicks snipped off. But I remember when she said that pretty clearly. I remember when she said, you don't remember that? That was crazy. I remember when she said that.
Black people are the enemy. Black people are going to be responsible if and when I lose.
What is going on?
You are permitted through my language to do violence to them if necessary to stop another peaceful transfer of power.
She just made up a whole ass fan fiction. This is just her projecting what she wants to do to white people. And she makes up this whole projection and literally says it on the news. This is on MSNBC. And they wonder why Trump got so demonized and they tried to assassinate Trump. I can't believe, why did they get assassinated? Why did Trump almost get assassinated 2 times? Well, maybe it's because the mainstream media here, MSNBC, literally has someone on saying that Trump is telling you to kill black people because they're cannibals. What the actual fuck? God, you don't hate the media enough. Remember when you thought you hate the media? You don't hate it enough.
Because he understands that he is not winning the election.
But after years of
And then she's just so obviously wrong. She's just so, like, clearly fact-checking wrong because he does actually win the election. Bro, she is actively inciting violence against Trump. I don't think she should just be fired or canceled. I think she should be probably investigated by the FBI.
maintaining that Trump was only receiving support among white voters, even though he had record high support among non-white voters, she finally went full TDS and accused black and brown Trump supporters of being fascists.
Nice.
Have you noticed how sharply the polls have shifted in Trump's favor over the last couple weeks?
Yeah, because people realize that the fucking Biden administration is kind of a shadow government puppeteered by a cringe. And the candidate that they put up, Harris, is completely insufferable in every way.
with these claims that Trump is surging with black and Latino voters and
Which was true.
leading in every single swing state.
I mean, he won every single swing state. So yes, that was also proven to be true.
According to secret internal polls.
I love how she's trying to discredit these polls, but they were all completely right.
Despite all the Hitler talk. Yes. This
The Hitler talk. What did he even say? I don't remember Trump saying, "I will engage in the path to the final solution." I don't remember him saying that in any of his speeches. Do you remember him doing that? I literally don't remember him saying that literally at all.
race will be far too close because unfortunately we do have a fascist groundswell in parts of this country, mainly among white men, let's be clear. But
white men are the bad guys, but also there are some Hitler-loving black guys as well. That's what he's saying.
in small pockets among black and brown men too.
There are some Nazis in the black community, says the black lady.
Happens to be a global phenomenon as women become more economically independent and seek positions of power.
Yeah, but women voted for Trump more than usual too. Bro, what is going on? Did fascist just become a buzzword for people that disagree with you?
So because women are economically independent, black and brown men are now fascists.
True, that's just math.
Nice.
Yeah, she's not racist, by the way. She's not racist, guys. When she said that women becoming independent is causing black people to become fascist, that definitely puts black people in a good light. I'm just saying. If I was black, I wouldn't like this lady a lot.
This one's truly a banger. Remember when Joy Reid equated the assassination attempt against Trump to Biden getting COVID?
Question that I
No. Oh God, this is such a nice downfall. This is so good. I can't believe this is a real human. That was on the news.
have on that. These two men are both elderly. Donald Trump is an elderly man who, for whatever reason, was given 9 seconds to take a iconic photo op during an active shooter.
What do you mean for whatever reason? What is happening? The guy's a fucking badass that he stuck his hand into the air.
Situation. Weird situation. We'll figure that out one day. But his survival of that and bouncing right back and going right to his convention is being conveyed in the media world as a sign of strength.
It is a sign of strength. Bro, what the fuck? Like, you could be the most left-leaning fucking person on the planet. Someone shot at Trump. The guy was killed. The shooter was killed. Trump stood up, stuck his hand in the air, and said, fight. It was the most badass shit in the world. Biden falls down a flight of stairs every time he's up against his arch nemesis. Stairs. This guy is a zombie. That guy stuck his fist in the air after getting shot. Like, how are you comparing the two?
This current president of the United States is 81 years old and has COVID. Should he be fine in a couple of days? Doesn't that convey exactly the same thing?
No! What is going on? What is happening? Biden's arch nemesis is fucking gravity. Trump is people trying to kill him because people like you keep calling him a Hitler. This is the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life. She's really equating this? It's a sign of strength that he survived COVID. All right. I guess it's not the vaccine then. I guess it's just, it's his strength.
Strong enough, older than Trump, to have gotten something that used to really be fatal to people his age. So if he does fine out of it and comes back and is able to do rallies.
Even she's like, whoa, what is this comparison?
Isn't that exactly the same?
No, it is literally not exactly the same. How could you possibly compare the two, actually? They're like diametrically different. So it's the equivalently of me saying, damn, the fact that they gave a person of color a DEI position at MSNBC is very similar to the time that Nazis helped Jews escape from Germany before they got killed. That is the same equivalence.
So Joy Reid called an assassination attempt against a presidential candidate an active shooter incident. And right after this, she denied that Trump was even shot.
No shot. There's no way you could be this pathetic.
Still don't know for sure whether Donald Trump was hit by a bullet.
What? We do know for sure. Like, that is one, like, listen, the deep state does a pretty good job of covering up random shit, all right? The JFK files, the MLK files, there's a lot of stuff that we don't know what caused it. It's crazy. Inflation, Biden, Ukraine, we don't know. It's crazy. But this is actually something we do know.
Whether he was hit by glass fragments,
why would he be hit by glass fragments?
Was hit by shrapnel.
Why does that even matter? What is happening? What is going on, dude? His ear got shot and the man next to him died. Dude, the person sitting next to Trump was killed because he moved his head. Where is shrapnel coming from?
We don't.
Her in her black Superman shirt. This is the person that I'm definitely Definitely appreciating all of her insightful opinions.
Have those details. We actually have no detail from his physician, even though this man is still a Secret Service protected, and presidential candidate. We knew almost nothing. Why?
Bro, why is it that right-wing conspiracy theories are like, the Democrats left the border open so that illegals could come in, and the Democrats also don't require voter ID so that, they can actually get illegal immigrants to vote, and that explains why both of those laws are in place, so therefore they can get more votes. All right, that is like a classic right-wing conspiracy theory, all right? Left-wing conspiracy theories, we know that a guy shot him, we know that the bullet whizzed past him and killed the guy next to him, but maybe the cut on his ear wasn't from that bullet. Even though it happened at exactly that time, maybe it was shrapnel. Keep victim blaming. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Why don't we know that much?
So it was an active shooter incident that didn't involve bullets. But at least we can agree
And it killed the guy next to him.
on one thing. Why don't we know more about what happened? Why was
Yeah! How did that shooter get on that sloped roof?
the intelligence community of the most powerful and wealthy nation on earth not a crack into a 21-year-old's account? Yeah, you know what? I'm in agreement with you there. And
yeah, we should know more about how the Secret Service didn't monitor a rooftop literally in range to shoot Trump. That is weird.
And remember, after the second assassination attempt against Trump, Joy Reid called for violence against him.
No. I'm not. No.
And so I think that the people who want the fist fight are the base of the Democratic Party. Democrats want to see someone get up there and give a knuckle sandwich to Donald Trump. That's
So after the second failed assassination attempt against Trump, she incited violence against Donald Trump on live television on the news. What the fuck?
That's what they want.
Not long after that,
The tolerant left. Bro, it's the tolerant left every time. Yeah.
classic gaffe, she then projected her violent fantasies onto Trump, saying that Trump will get the military to shoot citizens protesting after the election.
Remember, Mark Esper, who was Donald Trump's Secretary of Defense for a while, told him, no, you cannot shoot American citizens. You can't have the military shoot American citizens. He's going to replace people in the Department of Defense with people who will say you can, and that you can deploy the military against protesters, that you can arrest journalists for reporting things that Donald Trump doesn't like. That's sort
Dude, this is like insane levels of fear-mongering.
of thing, right?
I guess all those people at the Tesla dealership
That's
better
crazy.
watch out. The military's coming for you. And
No, but that's insanity. Like, this is the most fear-mongering shit ever. They are not even reporting anything remotely honest. Imagine just sitting there on the news, MSNBC. Trump is trying to legalize shooting citizens that disagree with him. What the fuck? How is this real life?
this is one of my absolute favorites. After years of calling Trump an insurrectionist for not accepting the official result of the 2020 election, Joy Reid, while slamming multiple glasses of wine, suffered a mental collapse on air and
Love
accused Trump of stealing the election from Kamala.
They
Yeah.
were talking about like stealing an election, and it's making me rethink whether I do believe like election machines can be hacked. Because I've always been like, you can't hack the election machines, but they're like convincing me. I don't know. Maybe you can. I don't know.
I mean, to me, in this world, anything is possible. There are all these things out there about Trump and whether or not they cheated. I know you say that they didn't, but I know you kind of have
Wait,
to.
I didn't say they didn't. What I said is there is a rational explanation for why Kamala Harris could have lost those swing states and Trump won them. There's a way you can get to those numbers with people staying home or only voting for Trump and not the rest of the ballot. I'm saying there's a history of that. However,
Let me hear it, because
what I will say is there was absolute voter suppression that
The turnout was actually record.
Didn't you know that they put bear traps in the backyards of Democrat voters? You didn't hear about that? That was pretty obvious. That was crazy. I couldn't believe that all the Democrat voters were caught in bear traps on the voting days.
High, but don't let reality stand in your way.
So yeah,
What
I
I'm
think
talking about are these conspiracy theories about Elon Musk, somehow using his tech connections, because I don't want to say genius because we know he's not.
he ain't a genius.
But
They try so hard. They're like, Elon Musk is a genius. He could steal elections. Also, Elon Musk is stupid. Like, Trump is an incompetent buffoon. Also, Trump, super genius, fucking Senator Palpatine. Like, they're literally dancing back and forth. They can't make up their mind. They're like unbelievable hypocrites.
those relationships or whatever, because they just seem too confident. And I know, and I'm not saying it was the voting machines or whatever. It just doesn't add up to me with all the support that she had. And
What support that she had? She had no support. She was the worst candidate in the history of America.
I know that for you, and because of what happened Fox and what you do professionally with the network, you can't say it was the machines or something like that. But if you think it was the machines but can't say, just don't say anything. See, this is what I'm saying.
I'm not saying anything. All I'm saying is there are many ways to cheat in an election. And I don't ever put it past Republicans to cheat in elections because
this is unbelievable. After 4 years of saying it can't be done, suddenly Republicans cheated in elections. This is unbelievable.
they've been busted too many times.
So her
That is like the most copium thing I've ever seen in my life. I feel like this call is what they call an echo chamber in the dictionary. This is insane. But honestly, Joy Reid, I completely support you. I think you should run Kamala in 2028. Like, I don't want you to think I'm a hater. I fully support the idea of running Kamala Harris in 2028. I think that would be fantastic. I'd love to see her going up against Vance in 2028. That would go, that's crazy. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that would definitely be interesting.
sister's making the point that, of course, the network wouldn't support her accusing Trump of stealing the election, so her hands are sort of tied. She's not able to explicitly say it, but she comes as close as possible right here. By the way, I love how she's such a race huckster that she can't even be in the off hours, not wearing makeup. She's at home, she's just chilling, and she's still wearing a hoodie that says melanin on it. It's just like everything's about race with this.
She is unbelievably audience captured. She is mega in an echo chamber. She sees the world through race and gender and sex and all that stuff, and that's ultimately why the Democrats keep losing. That's why they're gonna keep losing until they actually discard this obvious horse shit. They're just gonna keep losing.
This person. But Joy Reid's comments about the election were particularly hilarious because she called the Kamala Harris campaign flawless.
No!
For a reason that might surprise you.
I mean, this really was an historic, flawlessly run campaign. She had Queen Latifah never endorses anyone. She came out.
Who? I don't even know who that is.
You know, I mean, she had every prominent celebrity voice. She had the Taylor Swift. She had the Swifties. She had the Beehive. Like, you could not have run a better campaign in that short period of time. And
She's retarded. Actually retarded. Bro, she spent $15 million on advertisements in the Las Vegas sphere, where she already was gonna win Las Vegas. She has the rich minority that no one fucking likes.
And I think that's still true.
So the Harris campaign actually went broke from overpaying washed up celebrities for paid endorsements.
And the craziest thing is, you realize saying that her campaign is flawless just proves that she's an even worse candidate than you thought. Like, at least if you're saying the campaign was bad, all right? If you're saying the campaign was bad, maybe she's a good candidate, just a bad campaign. But if you say that the campaign is flawless, then it is literally all her fault why she lost. I don't think she realizes that this is like the most unbelievable insult she could have come up with.
Yet Joy Reid thought celebrities should have convinced Americans to do as they're told, and that the celebrity endorsements was the reason why it was a flawless campaign. You can't make this stuff up. Also, I just want to note that Taylor Swift actually didn't come out to any of these rallies. I'm sure she was invited. I'm sure they tried to pay her. And remember how Kathy Griffin actually tried to blame Taylor Swift for Kamala Harris losing the election.
No way, what?
This is one of my absolute
Oh
favorites.
my god, dude, it's crazy. We are living in a historic time. These are historic downfalls.
Remember when Joy Reid went from saying that Trump is a maniacal dictator, she said it for years and years and years, to immediately reversing course and calling Trump Elon Musk's hapless puppet.
Joint Chiefs of Staff chair John Kelly was his chief of staff. He now wants to put those same people before a firing squad, because the moment the autocrat is displeased with you, no matter how loyal you've been in the past, it doesn't matter. Stephen Miller feels safe now, but let him look at Donald Trump sideways one day and he'll be the one Donald Trump is saying should be before a firing squad. Trump looked like he was following Musk's commands. He doesn't
She's a fucking robot. Like, she is an actual fucking robot.
just own Trump. He owns every single elected Republican in Washington.
Trump is a massive puppet master. He is a puppet master manipulating everyone behind the scenes. He controls their minds and their narratives. He threatens people the way he just looks at them. He strikes fear in the hearts of people. He could just call firing squads on citizens. Anyway, new talking point just dropped. Elon Musk is in control of everything. I love him so much.
Sweet deal for a government contractor
She's incredible. She's fucking great. I think they should keep her, honestly. Maybe they should run her in 2028.
who's ineligible to actually be president himself and who no one elected. Trump was frankly MIA, or maybe sunning himself on the patio at Mar-a-Lago, having a cheeseburger and a Coke while daddy was working.
But Joy Reid never actually tried to make sense because her viewers also suffer from stage 4 Trump derangement syndrome. Remember?
It's insane. The echo chamber situation is crazy. I feel like every single one of these clips would be enough for me to never take her seriously ever again. Every single one of these clips individually. Nux, have mercy on these idiots. I'm sorry. I will not have mercy on idiots, because if you give idiots mercy, then you are allowing and advocating for more people to become idiots. She is a level of idiot that you don't get to naturally. This isn't just, 75 IQ idiot. This is perfected retardation, okay? No mercy, all right? This is a generational failure in front of us right here. And I think that we should all fully acknowledge exactly what's going on. She trained under fucking waterfalls, all right? She did like full-ass samurai training to get to this level of retard. And I think that we should not be allowing retards to go free. We shouldn't. We should publicly humiliate anyone that has this perspective. That's my opinion, I'm sorry. If she is going to publicly say something stupid, then it is in the public, and I think absolutely we have every right, also in the public, to shut this shit down. I fully stand by that 100%. Because if you don't shut that shit down, you are legalizing idiocy, and you are making it go viral. It'll become a disease and an infection that'll infect other idiots. I don't think she's naturally an idiot. I think she's naturally probably a nice, smart, strong, independent, 85 IQ woman. I think she literally went full retard because the Trump derangement syndrome or whatever literally pushed her off the edge. And I think by not making fun of idiots, you are allowing another generation of idiots to prop up. I'm doing God's work here, goddammit! I am justice!
Remember when she said that Trump is a crazy dictator, but that he's also lazy and didn't do anything? That's why he looks so good and he didn't go gray like Obama.
Donald Trump had one job. He had one crisis. He's saying, all of these things were perfect. You had one crisis, bruh. It was called the pandemic. And you know what you did? You bollocksed it completely. You did so poorly at managing your sole crisis. The one hard thing you did.
I love how she says this like it's a Trump L. She's like, no wars started when Trump was president. See that? Trump sucks. Biden was great. 10 wars started around the world while Biden was president. That just proves he's a good guy. Bro, logic doesn't compute with these people. Like, these people are actually demented.
The reason he doesn't look old like Biden looks older, the presidency ages you when you do the job. Obama went gray because he was doing the work. Donald Trump looks the same as when he ran because he was playing golf the whole time.
Trump couldn't even get Russia to enter Ukraine? Lamau, what a bitch!
His one job
you think
was
that's natural?
That's it. But the reality is, he had one job: manage this crisis. And he
Trump was president for like 2% of COVID, all right? Biden rolled in and initiated fucking fascist lockdowns. All right, how are you going to compare this shit?
Messed it up so badly that they had to do the stimmy. People love the stimmy. Why did they have to do the stimmy? Because 1 million bodies are in the ground.
It was
because
Democrats.
of how poorly he managed an
It was
airborne
the
virus.
Democrat.
Wait, so
This is insane. She's an actual retard. Trump did the stimulus check, which is good, but it's also bad. And also, the COVID was not, anyone's fault, but it was Trump's fault.
Trump did do the stimulus after all? I thought Jasmine Crockett just said he didn't, and it was the Democrat-controlled Congress. By the way, just a quick digression on that, it was actually Nancy Pelosi that held up the final stimulus, promising it to Americans after the election. Of course, they reneged on that once Biden took office, so they actually held back stimulus from American people. But again, I digress. But this is besides the point. How can you be lazy and a dictator? Do you, start to build gulags and then just give up on the construction, like the high-speed rail in California? Also, notice...
Yeah, the thing is about Trump, since he's so lazy, when he makes gas chambers to murder countless Jews, he kind of leaves air cracks. Like, he doesn't actually seal them properly because he's lazy. So, his gas chambers aren't really that effective. Like, the air gets out, and it really doesn't do a very good, successful job at gassing people in general. So, honestly, I mean, we could all be grateful.
Joy Reid's blonde, Trump-like wig, she wore it for a long time. Someone actually confronted her about it on the street in New York City.
Do you think people with Trump derangement syndrome know they have it?
You're an idiot.
And second question, did you steal Trump's haircut or did he steal yours? Cultural appropriation haircut.
Yeah, he said the thing! It literally is a cultural appropriation.
Right there. She didn't like that too much.
But this is a significant firing. We'll get into it at the end. I'll tell you my thoughts on it at the end. But
I love this. Oh my God, I'm so happy she's fired. Thank you, God, for this content. All of the content you've given me on these days, I do not take it for granted.
And Joy Reid has been the openly racist spokesperson for the Democrat Party for quite some time now. She once even said that she only got into Harvard because of a DEI program.
Let me just be clear. I got into Harvard only because of affirmative action.
Who would admit that? Batman couldn't torture that shit out of me. Oh, it shows, to be fair. I mean, I wouldn't expect someone with 85 IQ on a hot day to get into Harvard. But this is unbelievable. This is crazy. Who admits that? Who admits this shit? Honestly, you know what this proves? This proves that gutting the DEI programs is the best fucking thing Trump could have done. Otherwise, you got more fucking Harvard people that are actual retards. Shout out to Trump for getting rid of the goddamn DEI programs. Otherwise, you get more of these creatures in fucking positions where their opinions actually reach the ears of deranged individuals.
I went to a school no one had ever heard of in Denver, Colorado, in a small suburb. I didn't go to Exeter or Andover. I didn't have college test prep. I just happened to be really nerdy and smart and have really good grades and good SAT scores. But someone
So then it's not affirmative action.
came to Denver, Colorado to look for me. A Harvard recruiter flew to Denver, and I met up with her at the Village Inn restaurant and did a pre-interview to get to pull me into Harvard. I was pulled in. And the schools like Harvard and Yale that I got into affirmatively. Yes. And it was literally not.
Oh my God, this is so pathetic. This is unbelievable. They begged me to come to Harvard. I wasn't qualified, but they begged me to come.
I'm not saying we're going to take an unqualified person and put them in Harvard. Yes. We're going to take a very qualified person who we would never know existed.
Why? Because she didn't apply. She's retarded.
Put them in Harvard. That's how I got there. That's how Kanji got there. That's how Justice Jackson.
Why is she pointing out other people that only got into Harvard because of DEI practices? Dude, I would hate her if she said, that's why Nux got into Harvard. That's like a huge insult.
I should say Justice Jackson got there. It's how Clarence Thomas got there. Right. But the minute
This is like actual brain death.
So DEI was just like affirmative action on steroids. Obviously, the biggest issue with affirmative action is that it doesn't help poor and working class Black Americans. It just enriches a small percentage of already middle class or affluent individuals to help schools and corporations achieve the right optics.
I mean, I think that it's literally not helpful for anybody. Sure, I'm sure it's helpful to the underqualified people that are getting into these positions, but I don't really care about them because they're underqualified, to be honest. It's disgusting. It's despicable.
It doesn't reverse inequality at all. And obviously, she was middle class, surrounded by wealthy people at Harvard. More poor and working class kids should get the chance to go to a nice school without being rich, regardless of your skin color. This is something she doesn't understand because she's racist and she reduces everyone and everything to skin tones.
This is just Democrat syndrome 101 of 2025. Like, it's actually insane. She's sitting here proudly talking about how she got into Harvard because of a DEI program. Like, holy fuck. That is insane.
But this is truly the end of an era. No one can come close to spewing as many vile, racist, and hate-filled rants as Joy Reid. Here's Joy Reid saying that no
racist downfalls. Guys, we're woke today. All right, we're woke on the channel. Today we're looking at racist downfalls.
No one should care about her victim, Gabby Petito, because she was white.
If you've been watching the news for the past few days or on Twitter or TikTok, you're probably familiar with the name Gabby Petito, the 22-year-old aspiring social media influencer who was reported missing after her fiance returned from their van life excursion without her. On Sunday, human remains believed to be Petito's were found in a national park in Wyoming. An autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow to confirm the identity. Now, it goes without saying that no family should ever have to endure that kind of pain, and the Petito family certainly deserves answers and justice. But the way this story has captivated the nation has many wondering, why not the same media attention when people of color go missing? Well,
what? I like this is shocking. How could someone spew so much actual fucking bullshit in their career? Girl gets raped and murdered and left in the woods and their remains get found and her's like, but the real question is, what about Black people stories, huh? Why are we talking about the white rape victim that was killed and left in the woods?
The answer actually has a name, missing white woman syndrome.
If you thought
that's like the most unbelievable shit I've ever seen in my life. I can't believe this. Bro, she went one step past feminazi, for real, for real. Oh my God, that's crazy. That's insanity. Well, Joy Reid, I have good news for you because Donald Trump is spending a lot of time talking about the 300,000 brown kids that go missing on the Biden border watch. So anyway, we're talking about those thanks to Trump.
Thought that was bad. Here's Joy Reid calling Justice Clarence Thomas of the Supreme Court an Uncle Tom.
If somehow they manage to stumble into the Supreme Court, do any of you guys trust Uncle Clarence and Amy Coney Barrett and those guys to actually follow the letter of the law? No. I mean, it is a completely politicized Supreme Court that you can't just trust.
Calling other Black Americans an Uncle Tom simply because you disagree with their viewpoint and their politics is blatant racism.
I mean, she literally just said that all Black people that vote for Trump are Nazis. So, like, are we really surprised that she's a racist? Like, it's so funny. I feel like white people are trained. Racism bad, racism bad, racism bad. So white people, like, they will bend over backwards to be afraid. Like, they'll say the pot called the kettle black, and then they'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry if that was offensive. Like, you know, white people are trained to be so, insanely oversensitive. Somehow, she never got the message. She never got the memo Uncle Ruckus's granddaughter over here is literally sitting there saying, praise Black Jesus every time.
Full stop. Every individual, regardless of their skin color, has the freedom of conscience. They get to believe and think whatever they want. That's what our Constitution says. For someone who goes on about Trump trying to shred the Constitution constantly, you'd think she'd know that, but she didn't.
She's unbelievable. Like, she is actually unbelievable.
Just do this against Republicans. She did it against Democrats as well.
Oh, let's
Remember
go.
how she talked about Senator Mark Kelly?
And I thought she would go astronaut, keeping it real. He, to me, would have been the safest, most conventionally safe pick. White, super white, like, you know, mayonnaise sandwich on Wonder Bread, right? From the, you know, from
Here she's talking about one of the people on her side.
a border state. He could have made a strong argument for her.
So this is after Kamala Harris chose Tim Walz as her running mate instead of Senator Mark Kelly. Joy Reid obviously preferred Kamala Harris to pick Mark Kelly, thinking that Americans are just so evil and racist, apparently including the Democrat base, and she couldn't even talk him up without bringing race into it and insulting him. But that's not
insane. She just hates white people. This is just someone that just actively hates white people. Hates white people and preaches good values like dude, these are all the virtue signalers, okay? And every time you see one of these fucking activist virtue signaler pieces of shit standing on their podium yelling down at the people to be more empathetic, they are all fucking closeted, self-reported, racist pieces of shit. Every single time it ends up getting exposed that this happens. You'll have nice guy makes a video, hey guys, hate is bad, we hate hate, we want love, we hate hate, and then decides to simp for terrorists on their Twitch stream. Like, that's the insane shit world that we're living in, and I'm so happy that this shit's actually getting torn down and people are noticing.
Not even the worst of it. Remember how she and fellow race huckster Michael Eric Dyson talked about Winsome Sears? Winsome Sears is a black woman and the lieutenant governor of Virginia.
They want white supremacy by ventriloquist effect. There is mouth moving, but a white idea through the running on the runway of the tongue of a figure who justifies and legitimates of the white supremacist practices. They want white supremacy by...
So any black American that does not openly affiliate with the Democrat Party, the party of slavery, the party of Jim Crow, by the way, then they are a white supremacist. Okay.
No, that's incredible. Did you see that? Did you see that? And Joy Reid smiling over there? This dude actually had the fucking despicable shit to say. Any black person that says something about on the Republican side of things, it's obviously a white supremacist that's using that black person as a puppet. That's insane.
Remember this banger? Her infamous comment on white tears?
In America, there's a thing about both white vigilantism and white tears, particularly male white tears. Really white tears in general, because that's what Karens are, right? They Karen out, and then as soon as they get caught, it's like green waterworks. White men can get away with that too. And it has the same effect. Even as the right tries to politicize the idea that masculinity is being robbed from American men by multiculturalism and wokeism.
I mean, she literally just shat on men unprovoked and says that the right is trying to push an agenda that the left is shitting on men unprovoked. She literally just proved the right.
Still want to be able to have their tears.
For those who don't know, this was after Kyle Rittenhouse was acquitted of all charges after shooting his assailant defense. All of them were white, by the way. Rittenhouse was 17 years old, and one of his assailants was a convicted offender for crimes against a minor. Of course, Joy Reid was one of the people to lie about Kyle Rittenhouse and imply that his assailants were black. Then we have...
That's insane. That's insane. Rittenhouse shot a pedophile in self-defense, and she swapped the pedophile and then defended him. Dude, this is like the coffin dance. I am celebrating her death right here. She's so cooked.
This truly deranged take after the election where she encouraged families to break apart over Trump's victory.
People are rightfully alarmed. They have a reason.
I'm alarmed. I got this crazy alien-looking bald lady on my fucking stream talking to me about retarded shit.
And if you would vote for that, people may not feel so confident that they're safe with you. This is not crazy. This is legitimate feelings of fear of you and a feeling that you might not be someone they could trust. If this thing goes way south, autocracies go south real fast, and things get ugly, and people get asked to do things and turn people in and point people out and turn on them.
I mean, like cancel culture?
If you're voting affirmatively, gleefully for this, people may not
feel so confident in you.
I don't know, man. If there was a white guy that never saw a black person before in their life, all right, I'm just coming up. I'm just making an analogy here. Just a hypothetical. Let's say there's a white guy, grew up in fucking Hicktown, whatever, and they see this video and they decide to be racist, I would not blame them. I'm just saying. If you are so bad for your own culture, it is unbelievable. It is wild that these are the alleged progressive, woke, virtue signaling people, and they actively hinder their cause to the most unbelievable way possible.
Anymore. That's real, and you kind of have to live with it. So if you think that you can vote for what people see as their destruction and then demand that they still are cool with you and kiki with you and have Thanksgiving with you, like, I think you're kind of missing the point.
If you voted in a democracy, then black people should rise up and kill you. Hell yeah, lady.
People are upset about, they're afraid. And autocracy and fascism are things that are legitimate to be afraid of.
Why is she whispering in her own house? Like, dude, I don't think that she realizes Trump is the party of freedom of speech.
As if the Democrat Party and
the wildest thing is, I say this with a whole heart, I see more right-wing activist type people that are more progressive than left-wing activist type people. This is insane. Gollum from Lord of the Rings is telling you to be more empathetic and scared in your own skin.
the establishment's lies about Trump the past 8 years haven't wrought enough destruction and divisiveness in not just America, actually around the world as well. This is right before Thanksgiving, and she's encouraging families not to hang out together based on how they... Wow, I wonder why she got fired. Remember Joy Reid's infamous flip-flop after Joe Biden pardoned his son, Hunter Biden?
The presidential pardon was originally meant to grant the president the power to temper justice with mercy. It was not enshrined in our Constitution so that a dishonorable man could reward his criminal allies, friends, and family for their corrupt practices. I don't have a problem.
No. Trump is bad because he does presidential pardons. Also, Biden pardons every guy he ever fucking looked at in his life.
With Biden pardoning his son, he should have pardoned him. The crazies are coming, right? Like, pardon more.
What's up is left is right. There's no meaning to anything.
Zero morals, zero spine, little penises everywhere. So many small penises.
She says the people that Trump pardoned in his administration were the victims of lawfare. But remember that Trump never issued a single preemptive pardon. Biden sure did. Did she admit that? Obviously not. Remember when Joy Reid said that wanting to have babies and start a family is fascism?
No, dude. You can't. No, that's not happening.
I do believe that this election is a litmus test for American tolerance for fascism. The elements of fascism are rooted in this nationalistic drive for more babies.
What? There's no way. There's no way. Not the fascist of fascist baby makers. What is happening? She's crazy and alone. You could tell she's so alone.
For the state, for a strongman-driven nation and a deep sort of state-based religiosity.
How dare people actually want to have family? How dare them want to have jobs that pay enough so that you could even support a family?
Making a living? Fascism. Having babies? Fascism.
Everyone should just be working.
Being white or black if you voted for Trump, fascism.
Until they die. And remember when Joy Reid quit X, formerly known as Twitter, simply because the platform was refusing to continue censoring conservatives.
Hey guys, so today I finally did something I've been meaning to do for a while. And the reason for doing it and kissing goodbye my 1.9 million followers over there is because I hadn't been posting for a long time. I just didn't want to contribute content once it was purchased by its present owner. But just having it there, I was only holding on to it because I, really didn't want someone trying to take over that name and using it for nefarious purposes. I was a little bit worried about that. And also every so often I would use it to just sort of look at news that was trending and what's happening. And I would just sort of use it as an aggregator. But I just realized that's not really worth it, because in order to do the news aggregation and just look at all, you have to wade through a lot of dreck and a lot of just negativity, and it's just not worth it.
Yeah, you have to see a viewpoint that's different from your own. I know it must hurt your eyes, but
that is the most bitch shit I've ever seen. I deleted Twitter because I really don't looking at opinions that I disagree with. It's offensive to me in my heart. See, I'm also not on Twitter because I don't want to waste my time. I got time to waste on Twitter. Dude, but my favorite thing is the fact that she literally predicted this, right? Because as you know,
do not come.
I'm gonna come.
This is one of my favorite clips of all time. I love this clip so much. But as we've already established, having babies, fascism. Not having babies, not fascist. So now that we've established that having babies is in fact fascism, and standing up against people that want to have babies is in fact anti-fascism, now we're starting to understand.
Do not come.
She says, fighting against the fascists.
Do not come.
The fascists are so cooked.
I'm gonna come.
Clearly a fascist. Am I right, guys? Am I right, guys? Clearly someone trying to have babies. Bro, this is fucking crazy. We're living in clown world.
No mistake, Joy Reid really loves censorship. Here she is defending it.
Why would conservatives think fact-checking is biased against them?
She's retarded.
I mean, what are you sharing if you keep getting fact-checked for false information? Think about it.
she literally lies on public broadcasts on some of the biggest platforms in the world. On MSNBC, she literally has a news show where 95% of her shit is lies, and she smugly sits there to conservatives fact check.
What were conservatives sharing on Meta that was getting flagged so much? Are they spreading false information?
And now for the
This is fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Yeah, by the way, I'm still salty. I made a video memeing about COVID during COVID, and I got a community guideline strike on my video. I wasn't even being political. I was literally just making jokes, and I got a community strike.
the final juicy receipt. Remember when Joy Reid lied about hackers with time machines faking her tweets?
A community that I support and that I deeply care about is hurting because of some despicable and truly offensive posts being attributed to me. And many of you have seen these blog posts circulating online and in social media. Many of them are homophobic, discriminatory, and outright weird and hateful. When a friend found them in December and sent them to me, I was stunned. Frankly, I couldn't imagine where they'd come from or whose voice that was. In the months since, I've spent a lot of time trying to make sense of these posts. I hired cybersecurity experts to see if somebody had manipulated my word or my former blog. And the reality is they have not been able to prove it. But here's what I know. I genuinely do not believe I wrote those hateful things because...
Wait, this is her response to writing hateful things?
They are completely alien to me, but I can definitely understand, based on things I have tweeted and have written in the past, why some people don't believe me. I've not been exempt from being dumb or cruel or hurtful to the very people I want to advocate for. I own that. I get it. And for that, I am truly, truly sorry.
So there's a couple bangers in there.
Are you fucking kidding me? She made bad tweets and she's going to war against time travelers? Nah, dude, that's crazy. That's crazy.
She says cybersecurity experts were not able to find any evidence that the tweets were fraudulent, which is a fancy way of saying that
she tweeted them, all right? She tweeted them. She literally tweeted them.
They were her tweets. It was her blog. And then she says, I genuinely do not believe that I wrote them. So they were essentially homophobic tweets. Apparently she mocked homosexuality. She claimed to out people as gay. I guess she called Senator Lindsey Graham Miss Lindsey, so she called him a woman. And then she called Ann Coulter a man. She also called Congressman DeChris Miss Charlie. This is all before 2010, when it was like kind of a hack joke to just call a man a woman as an insult. But apparently she also made the post on Twitter, quote, most straight people cringe at the sight of two men kissing. And another post that said, I didn't want to watch the two male characters in Brokeback Mountain having sex. Does that make me homophobic? Probably. She was basically making jokes and statements that sound like a jock or bro humor back but it really speaks to her character or lack thereof.
But she makes these tweets, because let's be real, she makes these tweets, and then she claims, I do tweet similar things, but probably not these. Not that I ever got hacked, but also time travelers might exist.
Of that she couldn't simply own it. But I just want to...
What a fucking grifter. What a grifter. And now she's gone. Oh my God.
Say one last thing. Remember this moment in history. Joy Reid getting fired after years of accusing the diverse American public of racism, while herself spewing the most vile racism since the Jim Crow era, means the tide is finally turning. Joy Reid being fired means Americans have won the war against racism.
Yeah, baby, that's right. I haven't seen Democrats this pissed since they freed the slaves, motherfucker.
Establishment Republicans had only one trick up their sleeves when trying to defeat Trump in elections, and that was to lie about him being racist. They spewed plenty of other lies about him, but that was the main one, let's be real. And MSDNC, basically a propaganda outlet for the Democrat Party, is finally moving on from this failed strategy because it cost them so dearly this last election. All I can say is good riddance, Joy Reid, and don't let the door hit your ass on the way out.
Damn, I fully stand by everything that that Joy Reid says. Honestly, I think she's a voice for the future. In fact, I think that you should try to run someone like her in the 2028 elections. I don't want to be clear. I want to be clear here for any Democratic politicians running. I think that Joy Reid is a very good shot of winning the 2028 presidential election. I think you should absolutely try running her. She has some like ideas that I think if she fully fleshes them out, if she fully fleshes out her ideas, I really feel like she can really connect to people in a way that some other candidates might not be able to do. I think if she runs for president against JD Vance, I think that honestly, I think it's not too late to turn this country around, guys. It's not too late to turn this country around. Like all the racist, fascist black people that are living good lives out there. Like, we need to do something about them immediately. Oh my fucking God. Anyway, so thanks for joining a glorious downfall. I love downfalls. She's fired. She's gone. We keep winning. Winning doesn't stop. Keep on winning. Cry out Trump every 4 years. The winning continues. Definitely subscribe. I've never seen this much winning. I do love downfalls, so have yourself a most wonderful evening. And remember that she ended her career because she woke too close to the sun. So next time you see a virtue signaling piece of shit, just gather the receipts for their inevitable downfall. Stay weird, fam. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.